Yo, I'm really giving like island girl with this background. You guys fuck with it? Because it took me like 20 minutes to set everything up. This is kind of how I want my room to look though. This is the vibes. But these are all the lamps I have in my house and the one in front of me. I need to like switch them around the rooms. You know, like whenever I record, I need to switch them around the rooms. Like, I don't have enough basically. Yeah, it's been so long since I've done like a sat down, like get ready with me chit chat video. At the point where it kind of feels uncomfortable. Like, I'm like, wait. I kind of feel awkward, like, what do I even talk about? Just kidding, we have a lot to talk about today, so sit down, buckle up, get your snacks, get ready, and let's go. Do your makeup, let's do it together because, yeah! I feel like it's been so long since I just been able to talk to y'all, like, one-on-one type shit, aka me ranting about my life and y'all listening, aka me talking to myself and y'all watching it for entertainment. No, I feel like everybody should be YouTubers. What the hell? This is literally therapy. Wait, I just came across something. This is the only way to like talk to yourself and not be seen as a fucking crazy lunatic, like weirdo, you know what I mean? Because like I'm talking to a camera, I'm talking to you guys, but what if this entire time I've just been crazy and I've been talking to myself, but I was like, might as well record it so people can accept me more, you know? Wait, just kidding. I'm not crazy, But as you guys know by the title, you guys probably came for the title, where are you moving to? I kept this from you guys for so long. Actually, not that long. We kind of made this decision a little bit impulsively, just a teeny bit. Not too much, just a teeny bit. Wait, let me bring out my notes because my thoughts are all mumble jumble right now. Ever since TikTok came back, like I took it for granted. I was like, you guys remember my last video where I was like, dude, I could really been on some Charlie D'Amelio type shit, like up there if I really put in the effort for TikTok. So then TikTok came back and I'm like, fuck, that means I really gotta put in the effort now. Like, I'm not gonna take it for granted again, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel like I'm addicted again. I'm addicted to I flex on my ex every time that you come out looking like, hold up. Yeah, I'm literally addicted again, I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like once I get back into that spiral, just scroll, my mind, that's how I know when it's too far, when my mind starts becoming like mumble jumble. Like my words aren't coming out good, like my thoughts aren't coming out good. Like I can't process my emotions or my thoughts really good verbally. Okay, so what the fuck are we talking about today? Yes, I'm moving. I don't know why I'm so nervous to tell you guys this, but yeah, I'm moving, and guess where we're moving? I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Me and Michael are moving to Mexico City, y'all. I know this is kind of crazy to me because I'm not really like one of those big city girls, but lately I've just been thinking, me and Michael have been doing a lot of talking, and like we are so young, y'all. Like we're literally in our 20s. Why not just say fuck it and live in like a big city to get that big city experience for once? You know what I mean? It could change our life. Maybe we like it, maybe we don't like it. We just decided Mexico City would be an exciting to start for us too, because as you guys know, we've been living here in Colima for 3 years now, almost 3 years, I believe. Time went by way too fucking fast, first of all. Like I feel like it's been 3 weeks. 3 years is insane. So don't even get me started because time is moving by way too fucking fast. I'm gonna go over all the reasons why we're moving, but one of the biggest reasons is I feel like me and Michael, it's time for us to become a little bit more independent, because as you guys know, we live literally right next to his parents' house. And I'm not like complaining at all. Like trust me, like I love my suegra being right there. Like I love it so much. It's such a blessing to be able to go over there whenever we want, see them whenever we want, eat her food whenever we want, or like whenever we need help with something, just go over there. They're a call away, you know, there to help us for everything. But I feel like we've gotten really comfortable, you know, where it's at the point where like we need to start growing up a little bit more ourselves. Yeah, I wasn't explaining myself good, but what I was basically trying to say is we need a character development ASAP. Not that we need it, but that would be nice, you know? Fuck it, we're young, why not? Like live a crazy life, have a bunch of adventures, like let's do it. Let's character development era, let's go. And I don't know, I feel like moving to a big city like that is a big character development, because it's something scary to do, being a whole entire new environment where you kind of don't really know anybody, you know what I mean? And I did kind of do that here, but I feel like I had a head start in a way because obviously Michael's whole family's here, all his old friends are here, so I didn't really have to like go out and put myself out there. I did put myself out there in a lot of uncomfortable situations, trust y'all. This year has been me doing scary shit and just doing it. I don't know why, I just like to challenge myself. Like I like to do hard things. Even though I know it's hard, it's really uncomfortable for me. It gives me a lot of anxiety. But I really like to like push myself out of my comfort zone. I feel like it really makes you grow as a person, and us moving to Mexico City is gonna like really help us grow. I don't know why, I feel like I'm in my own movie or something, like the star of my own movie. I just like proving that I could go against the odds of shit, that I can come out and overcome.
I don't know, that's why I like doing hard shit, just to show myself that I can do hard shit, you know what I mean?
Also, a good thing is my family's actually from Mexico City, so it's not like we're gonna be completely alone, you know what I mean? Obviously, as y'all know, that city is big as hell. Like, literally the last time we went to Mexico City to go visit my uncles, they were like an hour and a half away from us driving, but we were still in the same city. Like, it's huge. So I feel like it's not gonna be too lonely for us, you know, at the point where it's like we don't have anybody, because obviously I'm gonna have my family there. But at the same time, we do get our space to be like independent, you know what I mean? And like live the city girl life. Another big reason why we chose to go to Mexico City is because obviously it's not a secret to anyone that is like the social media influencer hub. There's just so much more opportunities for us over there. As y'all can probably tell, we don't be going to any type of events, none of that. Like, we don't get invited nowhere just because we live in fucking Colima. Like, there's no events close to us, so obviously they're gonna invite people, creators that are closer to them. We also really want to get out of our comfort zone and start meeting people, you know, in the same industry.
It's me again, hey. I also forgot to mention, y'all, but one of my biggest goals this year is to really start doing more content in Spanish and creating like a Spanish-based, Mexican-based audience. And obviously living in Mexico City, that's gonna help a lot, like with connections. But really the main reason I'm moving here is just for the plot, to fuck around and see what happens, find out. Like, I don't know what's in store for me, I'm just gonna do it, find out and see.
And also another thing, like, there's just unlimited amount of shit to do in Mexico City. Like, obviously we have been here 3 years. Like, I know y'all have gotten tired of the same content. Like, I love Colima with my whole heart. Like, it is a paradise here. It is so beautiful, and Colima will always have my heart, and we're always gonna come back to Colima. Like, we're gonna come back here, you know, like, it's not a forever thing in Mexico City. Obviously, for content wise, babes, we did everything we could do up in here. Like, there's not really nothing else to do here, you know what I mean? It's getting a little bit boring for the viewers, because honestly I could live here my entire life and be completely fine, but obviously this being my job, doing YouTube as my job, like, I have to keep things interesting for people or nobody's gonna fucking watch. I'm gonna go broke as shit. Also, what I was getting into of like meeting more people in the industry and just like meeting more people in Mexico City with the same type of goals as me in a way. I really like the idea of being around like creative people or people who do the same things as me, because obviously it inspires me, you know what I mean? Like, over here in Colima, doing social media or being a creative is really not that common, you know what I mean? It's not common. You know what I mean? Like, if we record in public, like, it's kind of weird to people. Like, people will stare. I feel like people here are more like, se cree influencer, you know what I mean? A little bit more judgy. And that's not me saying, like, I give a fuck about these opinions, which I did give a fuck about them in the beginning, and it really hindered. I feel like you guys could tell in my videos, like, I had so much social anxiety. But I'm at a point now where it's like, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But at the same time, being in an environment with people who are doing the same things as you, who lift you up, and I feel like it just inspires you and makes you want to do like bigger and better things, you know what I mean? Also, another thing that really influenced our choice of going to Mexico City, I feel like I've been wanting to do everything in the world. Y'all know this. I've been wanting to do everything. And I will do everything. I have really been wanting to go back into school, y'all. I just feel like first of all, I love school. I have always loved school. I have always been a little studious girl, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I've been really interested in going back to school, especially for like interior design or for some type of like creative degree in a way. I don't know if I'm using that terminology right, but has really been catching my interest for like the longest time has been interior design. I've talked about this before. And honestly, the best schools are in Mexico City. Like, there's not a lot of schools that have really good interior design programs, especially not around where I live. So I've also been looking into that possibility of going back to the school. It's not a for sure thing, y'all, because I do have a lot on my plate right now. But those are really the main reasons why we are moving there. Honestly, we just want to change. We're just like, well, fuck it, we're in our 20s, you know what I mean? Go live the big city life. Go have fun while we're young.
Also, on a serious note, guys, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. I didn't talk about it in the original video because I could not speak right for some reason, and I didn't want to say the wrong things, but I do want to talk about the topic of gentrification in Mexico City. I know this is a big issue in Mexico City, and I want to assure you guys that I'm doing my best to not contribute to that at all. Me and my boyfriend are Mexican citizens. He is from here. We pay our taxes, and we do our best to buy from only local places around us. Obviously, in Colima, it's a little harder because it's small. You know what I mean? But in Mexico City, loco, thank you. Also, I want to make it clear, y'all, that my videos are not about influencing Americans or anybody to move to Mexico. I have never wanted my videos to be about that. So if you guys need me to be a little more clear here, I am making it clear, okay? Like, this is just my life, and I have always been documenting my life. I think it's important for me to bring up the implications of Americans moving to Mexico, especially when they're staying illegally, not paying taxes, and driving locals out by paying these crazy expensive rent prices just because they can afford it, and then going on social media and bragging about how cheap shit is in Mexico when it's not cheap for the average Mexican. And don't even get me started on not speaking the language and not adapting to the culture. Y'all, the videos I have seen about Mexico City having to change the salsa so they can make it less spicy to accommodate for these fucking gringos. Like, what? I feel like that's a really white person thing to do, to go to another country and just act like the world revolves around you and be entitled to have everything accommodate you and not even put in an ounce of effort to learn the culture or learn the language when that's the least you could do. Don't even get me started. But at the end of the day, guys, as an American, it don't matter your race, your ethnicity, your social status. Coming to live in a country, especially in Latin America, you are at a privileged position no matter what type of person you are, even as a Mexican American. And I feel like it's really important to be aware of that and be aware of the implications that you can have by moving there and to do your best to avoid doing any of that. And in order to do that, you need to do things the right way. Being there legally, first of all, paying your taxes, making money in pesos, not spending in USD dollars, buying locally, immersing yourself in the culture, learning the language. That's number one. But with that being said, y'all, I hope I made my point. And let's get back into the video.
Oh, also another thing why we really wanted to go to Mexico City is because we've really been wanting to live somewhere just walkable. After going to Brazil and like experiencing like a walkable city, we just came to the conclusion that this is something like I want to experience, I want to live, you know what I mean? I hate being in a car 24/7, especially like coming from the US where you literally live in your car. Like, it's just not healthy, you know what I mean? It's not natural. We really like the idea of walkable cities, and obviously Mexico City is a huge walkable city and they have a really good metro system, so we're really not gonna be using any type of car over there. Like, we're taking straight metro, we're taking a bike, we're walking, we're gonna be on our fitness era. I just feel like it's so normalized in the US to be in the car for everything and not walk like at all. Just to be stationary all day, every day, and literally that's it. And that's so unhealthy. And obviously it's like nobody's fault but the government and these car companies that bought out the government so that they can make car-centric cities instead of people-centric cities, but let me not get into that. But yeah, those are the reasons why we decided to go to Mexico City, y'all, and I'm so excited. Like, this year is a year of intention, a year of goals. I feel like last year in 2023 was a year of experimenting, trying a bunch of shit. I feel like it was just go, 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 do this, do this, do this, do that, and I was not living in the moment. I was stressed out about everything. I was just so hyper-focused on literally everything I was doing, on my videos, on my analytics, on my views, everything, and it really was stressful. I'm not gonna say like it wasn't a good year or like it wasn't a good time, because I was living life, like I was having fun, but I don't remember none of that shit because I was so stressed out. I was so bing, boom, boom, boom everywhere, you know what I mean? Where it just like was like a blur. Like, I feel like I haven't even had time to process anything from the last 2 years, you know what I mean? So this year is definitely gonna be different, and I'm excited for where it takes me. Let's see where it takes me. Oh, and I didn't even tell y'all when we're moving. We're literally going in like 15 days. We don't have our apartment yet. We're actually gonna go and stay for the month of February. We're gonna stay a little bit with my tios. They're gonna show us around, and we're just gonna look for apartments there. Yeah, y'all, it's really happening, and I'm really scared. I'm really fucking scared. Now, getting on to my life update, y'all. Life has been fucking crazy, bad shit crazy. As a lot of you guys have probably seen Desiree video where she was talking about our dad and my mom. As a lot of you guys know, our parents did get divorced. It was a difficult time. I've never like talked about this on camera. Like, I actually don't even know how to talk about this because this is a really, you know, hard topic. But I feel like it's good to also talk about these things because, you know, life isn't perfect. And I know in the vlogs and in our videos and everything, it may seem like that to everybody, like life is perfect, everything's just going good all the time. But it's not. And I feel like it's good to also talk about that, you know what I mean? Because it's something natural. Like, life is not perfect. People do go through things and shit do be hard sometimes. At first I was kind of reluctant to talk about these types of things on my channel because I don't want my channel to be like sad type shit. Like, I want y'all to come here to have some joy in your life, you know, to be happy, because life is already crazy as it is. I mean, Donald Trump is literally the president. How much crazier can this shit get? But if you guys did see the video Desiree made, you guys know my dad like basically tore up our entire house to a point where my family could not live there anymore. Like, it's literally not livable.
Oh my god.
Why would you do this to my house? Kids. His favorite kid.
Oh my god.
It was really bad. And during that time, y'all, I don't know why, but like my coping mechanism is laughing, making humor out of it. During that time, I feel like I didn't really process it to the level of severity that it was, because it was obviously something very traumatic, obviously something very severe. Like, he fucked up our house. It was something like, just like in a matter of seconds, our life just flipped upside down. Like our family literally just got ripped apart, like literally like that. And at the time, I feel like me and my sisters really coped with it in a way, with humor. But now that it's been a couple months since everything's happened and things are like getting better, I feel like I'm finally processing it, and I've really been thinking about it. Like, damn, bro, like this is something that's obviously gonna have like a big effect. I feel like not really on me that much, because obviously like I was in and out of California, you know, I wasn't there the entire time where everything was going down. Like my sisters, you know what I mean? And especially because they're at an age where they're still growing, they're still maturing, they're learning a lot of things about life, about themselves, about, you know, everything. And something like that fucking traumatic to happen, I feel like it just hurts me more than anything that had to happen to my sisters and to their dad, you know what I mean? Because they obviously seen him in a completely different light, and just to see your dad like that, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just not good. It's just not a good feeling. And especially for my baby sister, baby Maya, like I feel at first I didn't think it really affected her because, you know, she's a baby, but people don't realize like kids internalize this shit. Like I feel like trauma even affects babies worse because they don't know anything that's going on, you know what I mean? So their nervous system is just taking everything in and remembering it. They don't know what's going on. They don't know why, what's happening, what's going on. But I don't know, just the idea of like that affecting my sisters, because you guys know I really, like, I love my family. I love my sisters. I really go hard for my sisters. Like those my ride or die. I drag some bitches for my sisters. But like seeing them, that's what hurts me the most. Going through that, you know what I mean? It's seeing them being affected by it. But thankfully, y'all, things have been getting better. Like the craziness has calmed down, but for a couple months it was just batshit crazy. And I feel like it's so hard. Like it's kind of fucking dystopian in a way. I'm not saying that I have to keep posting content, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like I live off this, you know what I mean? I live off YouTube videos, so it's not like I can just stop posting. How the fuck we gonna pay bills, you know what I mean? Like the bills keep coming. And it's just so dystopian to me sometimes. Like when, I don't know if you guys like noticed anything was up back in a couple videos back when we were living like in a hotel. That's when all that shit was going down. We were basically staying in a hotel because the house could not be livable anymore. Like there was nowhere else to live, you know what I mean? I feel like it's a blessing in a way too, because in those videos, like we were obviously still happy, we were having fun, and we were acting to be happy for the vlog, even though like all this shit was going on. Like we were generally happy just being in each other's presence. So I feel like it is a blessing in a way, because like it's a distraction, you know what I mean? It's a distraction from what's going on. And I feel like during that time, YouTube, making videos and being with my sisters like was the best distraction, because as I was telling y'all, we were coping with it with humor. Like it was really funny at that time. Like, it's just so funny because it's like, bro, like did this shit really just happen? Did this really just happen? Like how the fuck? Like it's the most craziest batshit things you could ever think somebody could do, somebody doing it. And that's just so funny that can happen. Like what do you mean this crazy shit is going down? Thankfully our dad is doing better, y'all. I was also really hesitant to talk about this on social media because like I didn't want people bashing our dad or like talking down on him, but at the same time this is like real shit that people really go through. And more than anything, I just feel like there's a lot of people out there that can relate to this situation, and I know it could feel really lonely at times, especially if like you're going through it with yourselves. Thankfully I have my sisters, I have my mom, you know what I mean? It was all of us going through it at the same time, so it didn't feel too bad or too crazy, you know what I mean? Even though it was batshit crazy. But for those of you guys out there that don't have sisters, that don't have siblings, like I don't want you guys to feel alone in this as well, you know what I mean? Because everybody has their own life, everybody's going through shit. Life just be crazy sometimes, like shit sometimes just happens. Life is not perfect, and that just is what it is. But thankfully my dad is in rehab now and he's doing a lot better, and obviously me and my family have forgiven him. Okay, in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it was very hard for me to forgive, because just seeing all the shit that he put my mom through and like people forgiving him so easily, it's just like my mom could have never done that. You know what I mean? Like she could never have went off the fucking railings and did all this crazy shit and like be on all this stuff and just lose her fucking mind. She could never do that because she has to take care of her kids. Like that's just something that's never gonna happen, like never be possible. And I feel like people are just so easy and so forgiving on dads and men and so hard on moms. Like I feel like everybody just nitpicks everything that moms do. I just feel like everybody's just waiting for like a mom to slip up so they can be like, oh, you're a bad mom, you do this and that. And then like dads can do the worst thing known to possible, and they're like, but wait, he had a bad upbringing, or like let's have empathy for him. And it's just like, where's that same energy for moms? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit hard for me in the beginning to forgive him for what he did. But at the end of the day, y'all, I feel like to heal, to truly heal, you need to forgive. You need to forgive and forget. And also at the same time, I feel like life is really, really too short, y'all. Really too short to just be holding on grudges and to keep holding on to that hurt you have inside you, you know what I mean? And recently that became really clear to me because I had an uncle that recently passed away, and he was honestly like the first person in our family that was close to us to pass away. Like literally it was so unexpected, so crazy. It didn't really have me think like the grudges you hold on people like aren't worth it, you know what I mean? Because you never know, like one day they could be gone. And I feel like it's just not worth it holding grudges, especially on someone that you have a lot of love for, somebody that you grew up with, somebody that you know, just love, you know, somebody that's close to you. And obviously there is exceptions. Obviously if you just have somebody who's like a piece of shit in your fucking life, like that's another thing, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we're all human, like none of us are perfect. And I feel like these past few years, I've really been coming to terms with that, you know what I mean? Because I used to always be the type of person like, well, if you did this, you're a piece of shit person, fuck you, fuck your whole entire family, like I don't fuck with you, you know what I mean? And I feel like I've really grown to see things in a different light, that we're really just products of our environment and the way we grew up. You know, some people grew up way different than you, some people grew up with a really bad upbringing, and that's the way they are, you know what I mean? But at the same time, as an adult, that doesn't excuse crazy behaviors, but it can help you to understand that person, you know what I mean, and just be a little bit more sympathetic. I don't know if I'm making sense, y'all. I didn't mean to get all emotional all the time, shit, but... And also I feel like during that time, what really helped us get through it, and what also might help you guys, we were really seeing the better side of things. Like even though the house was completely destroyed, we were really just thinking, like especially my mom, and this is why I look up to my mom so much, because she, first of all, is a manifesting queen. Even though all the shit that she was going through, she was always thinking about like, at least we're here together, at least we're alive, at least we have somewhere to go, at least we have each other, you know what I mean? Material things are just material things at the end of the day. Obviously they do have a lot of sentimental depth value for a lot of people, but just seeing the optimistic side of things really helped us. Like, well, now that we're like at rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up. Things will get better. Like we just always had in mind that things will get better. Like this is temporary, things are gonna get better, and things did get better, and now we're doing a lot better, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm explaining myself good. Like I'm really not good at like expressing my emotions. I'm really not good at like vocalizing my emotions or expressing my emotions. I'm not this type of person at all, y'all. Like really not this type of person at all. Actually, this is something that Michael has taught me, because it is really, really hard for me to like open up about these things and about the way that I feel. And it's probably one of the reasons why I use humor for everything. Like that's easier for me to like lighten the situation, because I don't like being in like those types of situations. Like it makes me really uncomfortable, honestly, because I just don't know how to express myself. So I feel like I always use humor to like lighten the situation. Like like let's guys, like I don't know how to act. I really don't know how to act. I don't know if I'm getting my point across right, but I feel like for us even to see the positivity in something so fucking crazy like that, and something so horrible, is the reason why we were able to be happy in a situation like that and not let it tear us down, you know what I mean? So take what y'all want from that. If you guys are going through something tough, like I know it's easier said than done, but really it really does help just looking at the positive side of things, knowing that this will pass, this is a temporary period, your life will change, it's not going to stay like this forever, and you have the ability to change your life and your own reality. And by doing that is by changing your mindset and just looking towards the future and what's to come. So yeah, I feel like this video was all over the place. Like I need to do more sit down videos with you guys, because I feel like I was struggling with this. I don't know why. It's been a long time since we talked like this, and obviously this is a really hard topic, so it just felt a little bit uncomfortable. But I hope you guys enjoy my makeup. But anyways, y'all, I'm so excited for the future, for things to come. I just know this year is gonna be so great for me, and it's gonna have so many adventures, and I'm really gonna get out of my comfort zone and become the person that I want to be. And the person I want to be this year is a baddie with no fucking anxiety. I'm not even gonna talk about my anxiety no more, y'all. My anxiety is done. That is something non-existent to me. I don't have that no more. I am an extroverted baddie. That's what I am. Somebody who makes everybody laugh where I go and is always having fun and giggling and shit and not taking shit too serious. Like that's who I am, okay? And that's who I'm going to be this year. I'm so excited to take y'all on this journey with me. I really want to do a lot more personal type of videos. Still the type of videos that I do, vlogs and things like that, but a little bit more personal in the way of like a video diary kind of, you know what I mean? Like life in my 20s type shit. But I love you guys, and I'll be posting whenever the fuck I want. Ciao! Just kidding, I'm gonna post every Sunday and maybe Wednesday.